Hey everybody, what's up? Back in the garage with the 57. In this video, I'm going to show you a number of tips on bolts that have snapped off when you're taking the fenders off these cars. The Volkswagen is notorious for those fender bolts rusting and freezing within the mounting brackets in the body, and they just break off in different lengths. So I'm going to show you some workarounds that I've done here on my 57. You can always drill and tap. That's always an option where you drill the hole out and you tap in new threads. And in these tips, I'm not going to go over drilling and tapping. It is an option, but there's plenty of videos out there on drilling and tapping you can check out. But I got some Volkswagen specific tips here. So let's get to it.
Let me tell you, hugging up the big monkey man. Let me tell you, hugging up the big monkey man. I never saw you, I only had a view. Hugging up the big monkey man. I never saw you, I only had a view.
I'm going to take a nut and I'm going to weld that to what stud that I can see. Just twist it on there, weld it on there tight, and then I'll try to remove it that way by then backing it back out. So I'm going to give that a shot. Let's see if it works. Okay, so I've given it a few minutes just to cool down, so I'm going to cross my fingers here. I'm going to put a wrench on this and then try to back it out now that the nut has been welded solid to the stud. So let's see how this goes. There we go. So as you can see here, we get a little bit closer. Here's the stud that, of course, was broken off. I just welded this nut to what I could that was sticking out and then just backed it out. And saves a lot of work. I keep all of the original pieces as far as the mounting bracket to it. So this worked. Okay, another really handy piece is called a cinch nut. So there it is. So a cinch nut can be used, in the event that you can't back that screw out at all, that you have to drill it out. So what I've done here, I've completely drilled the screw out along with the mounting bracket there that would receive it on the back end of this. I used a step bit. These are really handy. Get a good one. They're not cheap. They're about 45 bucks. I drilled that out to about 3/4 or so. So the cinch nut is going to go right into here, and then as I screw that in, that is going to compress the cinch nut against the back end of the sheet metal here, and this holds pretty well. I like these because they move a little bit and give you a little bit of flexibility when you go back in to do the fitment. So what I do is I just start this until that bolt just barely starts to cinch and grab, and then we're going to put that in and then tighten it up, and I'll show you on the back end what it looks like. Okay, so I'm just tightening it up, and as I'm tightening that up, the bolt, that is cinching it to the back side. Yeah, and there we go. So let me give you a little closer look. So I put a nice washer that cinched up in there, and that holds that nice and tight. All right, particularly in the trunk compartment and the engine compartment, where everything can be seen, really a better option than the cinch nuts, because those aren't as clean looking as the original brackets, is you can do just that. Get a mounting bracket. I got these at Wolfsburg West. All of the VW supply places. They're cheap, and so just get a new mounting bracket. And what I've done, I've prepped this by screwing it in, and then I'm just gonna do a couple of welds, and that will hold that in perfectly. It's easy to get to. So yeah, let's do that. Cool. One last tip I thought I'd mention, but I couldn't get it to work on these bolts because they were just that rusted out. But I have gotten this to work before, is by drilling a pilot hole into the bolt 15/16, and then using a reverse thread drill bit. And I tried a 1/4 inch drill bit and put the drill in reverse to try to get the drill bit to grab on the rusted bolt and then free it up and pull it out that way. These bolts were just too rusted and I couldn't get it to work, but I have gotten it to work on other bolts on this car, smaller bolts, and it works really well. Just couldn't get it to work this time around, but I thought I'd mention it. So I hope this video's helped. Snapped off bolts, they're joyful and fun, but part of, getting her done. So I hope it's helped. Talk to you soon. Bye.